Hey guys, Paul here, the Impulsive Culinarian, and in this video I want to tell you about my gluten-free, dairy-free, Swedish veal burger recipe. This is the name because I can't pronounce it. So concentrating on some authentic Swedish cuisine in these couple of weeks of videos that are coming out on the IC channel, and wow, was I ever surprised to find this crazy recipe for veal burgers. Now I'm thinking in my head, I've had bison burgers and all kinds of different gamey meats in a burger, but I've never had anything quite like this. Veal is not a foreign meat to us, of course, we all know what that's about, but the way that this burger is prepared and cooked is completely unlike anything I've ever tried. So I was really thankful to find this. It's essentially a whipped burger. It's the best way that I can describe this. Strange and absolutely delicious. Check it out. All right, some of the most delicious veal burgers you'll ever try, starting with 1 pound of good quality ground veal, 4 egg yolks, as well as 5.5 ounces or 1 small can of thick coconut cream. Get the good stuff, it's worth it. A 1/4 cup of dairy-free milk, 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt, 1/3 of a teaspoon of ground allspice, 1/3 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/3 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. That's the delicious spice mixture for this recipe. So 2/3 of a cup of toasted gluten-free breadcrumbs is what we're aiming for, and we can get that out of 3 or 4 slices of regular gluten-free bread. That's it. Let's get started. So I know it's weird, but you put the veal in a food processor. What? Yeah, it's right. So you add in all of the egg yolks as well as your coconut cream, that beautiful flavor mix of spices, the dairy-free milk, and blitz this for a minute, maybe even 2, until everything is thoroughly combined and whipped. Isn't this strange? I know, it looks a little gruesome, but this is a delicious veal mixture. It's going to turn into something that you're going to want to make over and over again. So transfer that whipped veal mixture into a bowl and get that covered up and refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. Now you want to make the breadcrumbs, so toast these up really well so they're the darkest golden color that you can get out of your toaster. Set those aside, very important to let those cool for at least 15-20 minutes, because if you do, this bread is going to be thoroughly dried out. Then you can blitz it in your food processor, and it's going to approach as much as possible the texture of those regular, store-bought breadcrumbs that you get in the can. So there you go, gluten-free, fine breadcrumbs. So you want to transfer those into a wide, shallow dish. That's going to be perfect for making your burgers. So when your stuff is refrigerated for at least 1 hour in the fridge, get that whipped veal out, and I recommend using a 1/2 of a cup measure. And the reason for that is you want to get them around, approximately the same size, but it's hard to handle this stuff. So fill up almost to the top, a little scant 1/2 cup of mixture. Pop that right into your breadcrumbs because you don't want to be touching this stuff. It's very hard to handle. And then once you get to the safety of the breadcrumbs, you can shape this into a burger patty size. And look at that. This is what it looks like when it's done. So you should be able to get around 7 burgers out of this particular mixture if you've measured it in the way that I've showed you. So these are ready for the frying pan. So get yourself a large non-stick frying pan and just a dab of vegetable oil, enough to coat the bottom of the pan. And when that gets good and hot over medium heat, okay, that's when you want to add in your burgers. I recommend 4 at a time. That's a really good spacing because then it browns evenly in the bottom. And the medium heat is important so that you give it a chance to really cook all the way through. At least 4.5, if not 5 minutes per side, I would say is the bare minimum. Otherwise, you're going to risk having some raw meat in the middle. So once they're fried on both sides for a good 5 minutes, transfer them to a paper towel-lined plate, and voila, some gluten-free, dairy-free Swedish Wallenbergare, like veal clouds, guys. So delicious. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications because there's 3 great videos coming out every single week. One based on international cuisine, a second video based on allergen-friendly cooking like you're watching today for gluten-free or dairy-free ways of making delicious food, and a third video based on healthy recipes because we should always be living our best life possible. My name is Paul, the Impulsive Culinarian. I'll catch you in the next video.